Smith here at the World Natural Hair Show. I am so excited to be here. I'm working at the Talia Wajid stage, doing platform work, doing models hair for the Naturals After Dark fashion show. I'm teaching a class on children's hair care, also Color 101. So stay tuned. We got a lot of footage for you. We're having a great time. And check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Natural Hair Class, and Twitter. Keisha Smith, and I'm going to be teaching the class today, Hair Care for Children. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I've been doing natural hair for almost 20 years now, and I love doing children's hair, and that's one of the reasons why I teach this class. I have a salon on Martin Luther King here in Atlanta. I've been teaching this class for maybe about 3 years now. And I have a book. I wrote a book called Natural Hair Quest. And in the book, I have different children's styles, and I help my clients, maintain their children's hairstyle to make it easier for them. So today, I'm just going to give you just a few, hopefully, easy tips for you to use to help you maintain your children's hair. Make it a little bit easier for you. Is anybody a stylist in here? You're a stylist? So parents who want to know how to deal with a bunch of hair. Yeah. Okay, well, I have my model, Queen. That's my model, my beautiful daughter today. She's been my model for many years now. She was first born, she had no hair. And,
got a lot of hair now.
Yes, and she didn't get hair until she was about 30. And I was like, where's my baby's hair? I want to do some hair. And so now she has it. And she hates getting her hair done. She's very tender-headed. But I try to do styles that's going to last for at least a week or so to where I don't have to do it every day. First, I shampooed her hair. I'm just going to kind of go through the process of basically what I did to her hair and what I do for my client's hair, and in turn what you can do for your children's hair to make it really simple and easy. I shampooed her with a moisturizing shampoo, and then I condition her. There's a lot of kids products out there on the market, and so you just really basically have to find which one is going to work best for you. But I definitely recommend using a child shampoo for your children's hair. For one, most of the children's shampoos smell really good, and the kids like that. So when it's time, you can make it fun. It just kind of makes it a lot more fun for the kids. And it is also, the children's shampoo is normally a little bit gentler than the regular shampoos for adults' hair. So I definitely recommend using a child's shampoo. If you can find one with shampoo and conditioner, that would be really good, especially if you have a fussy child that doesn't like their hair shampoo. And then that way you can do it all in one swoop. The shampoo, and then you would, with those shampoos that have conditioners in it, you would want to put the shampoo on there and then massage it through the hair and kind of let it sit for just a few minutes so that the softening agents can kind of soften up the hair, and then rinse. Not just shampoo it and then rinse it right off, but you want to kind of let it stay on. Rinse and then a conditioner, then do that. Just because the conditioners are going to soften the hair a little bit more, because that's what they're made to do. And it will be a lot easier for you to detangle the hair as once you rinse. Have a question?
How many times a week should you wash your hair?
Probably once.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really have to do it every day or every other day. I mean, unless they're on the playground, getting sand in their hair, things like that, then you may need to shampoo it more often, because you don't want to leave the sand in the hair. There's parasites, that's when they can get ringworm in the head and different things like that from the sand and dirt. So when you see the dirt on the scalp and in the hair, you definitely want to get that out. And so the scalp is really what you're wanting to clean and make sure there's no dirt buildup or anything left on the scalp that's going to cause infection or ringworm or something like that. Then you want to make sure you let your kids know, don't let people play in their hair, don't let children play in their hair, because they could have some type of fungus or something in their head, and they scratch their hair and then they play in your child's head, and then your child could get it, if they have a cut or something in their hair, in their head, and then that's how they can get staph infections and ringworms and different stuff like that. So that's when shampooing is very important, and making sure you're shampooing correctly. When you condition the hair, if your child has really thick hair, a real easy way to detangle the hair is to detangle it while it's wet with the conditioner on. I'm going to show you how to detangle the hair to make it easy for you to comb, and you can do this with conditioner on. So you will detangle, comb through the hair while the conditioner is on there, because the conditioner is softening the hair. So as you comb through it, it's going to stay without the kinks in it. It'll already be detangled, and that cuts down your detangling time dramatically. Also, if your child has braids, twists, something like that in the hair, and their hair is coarse, or if it, like when you twist it and it kind of stays together, you want to pull those twists apart, maybe comb through it, detangle it, even when you're taking braids out. You want to comb through it, then shampoo it. Because if you just take the braids out or take the twist out and shampoo it, that's when you can get it, that's when it can get really, really tangled. So if their hair tends to tangle a lot, then you want to detangle it before you even shampoo it. And then maybe at the condition, with the conditioner on it, and after, if you need to detangle it after. If the shampoo and conditioner isn't really softening the hair like you want it to, then you may want to try a different brand. Because that's what the conditioner is supposed to do, is make it easier for you to comb through the hair, and the detangler is to make it easier for you to comb through the hair. It's wavy, but she is really thick. She has a lot of hair. And it could be detangler, it could be a leave-in conditioner, just whatever you like, or what works best for your child's hair. That's the same thing that applies for any products you use. So when you start to detangle the hair, you want to start at the ends and then comb to the root.
Do you always section it in smaller pieces?
Yes, because that makes it easier to get through, and it's less like stress on her hair. As a parent, you're not used to working with hair every single day like I am, so you could take an even smaller piece like this, and then if the hair like has a knot in it or tangles in it, again, you want to start from the bottom. So if there was a big tangle here, you never want to start here and do that. Sorry.
Somebody was asking about shrinkage, but our hair in its natural state grows very long, right?
Yes, it does grow when we don't put chemicals in it or do anything to hinder the growth. And that's why I really love doing children's hair, because I hate to see the baby's hair tore up, and the relaxers and the edges ate out, and we just weren't taught. We don't really know what to do with all this hair. So that's why someone like me that loves to do children's hair, you can bring your child to me if you don't want to do it. I'll do it for you. But if you need to do it on your own, this will definitely help what I'm showing you today. And like I said, this could be a detangler, it could be a leave-in conditioner. This will have to be done every time you shampoo the hair. You can take smaller sections if you need to. Okay? Easier that's going to be to get through than this here that hasn't been combed out yet.
Now, it is kind of either like a damp dry right now. Would you suggest like combining some of the water from a spray bottle in with the detangler?
Not necessarily, because this is wet also.
Okay.
In her hair.
So it's sufficient to, like, on a damp dry?
Yes. Now, if it, like I just shampooed her hair like 15 minutes ago, so it is it's still pretty moist. But if it was dry, then yes, you do want to spray it first. Okay, as we know, the hair does shrink up. So once it dries, it's in that shape, and that's just what it is. So when it's like draw up and it's already dry and you taking it, trying to comb through it, you can get through the hair. It moves. It's like a sponge. Our hair soaks up. It moves when it's wet. So if it is dry, yes, you definitely want to add water to it. And if it's dry, by the time you get to the top of the head, you want to use a spray bottle and spray it down. But if you're using a detangler or a leave-in conditioner, most leave-in conditioners have a water in it, and it's going to moisturize the hair. And that should be enough to get through. But if it's still not enough, then you do want to wet it down. Use a spray bottle and wet it down. And you know, when I have a lot of hair, or they come with pretty hairdos, and they want to be like, oh, your hair's so pretty, let me, and, you know, do this. Don't touch my hair. And, I mean, you know, they can say it in a nice way, but you definitely want to teach them to not let people put their hands in their hair. When your child says it hurts, because she doesn't know. I guess she's not tender-headed, so she thinks that it's not real. Like, yeah, this doesn't hurt. But listen to your kids. They, you know, if they saying it's hurting, it's really hurting. They're just not just like, oh, she's just a drama queen. Ain't nothing wrong with her. You know, and then just take a little closer look. And we don't be so heavy-handed or, try a different style. So if you are taking your child to a professional and they're getting braids and the braid, they saying, ooh, it's too tight, mama, it's too tight. Well, we just paid for this. You don't have to keep this in. And their hair is bumping up and their head is hurting and they telling you their head is hurting. Their head is really hurting. So just listen to your child because they know what they're saying, especially when it comes to their own hair. Blow dry queen's hair. I'm going to do it the same way that I just told you about these hang lengths, where we will start in small sections. I'm parting it off into a small section and I'm going to start to blow dry. Air drying, when it dries on its own, it's going to draw up. When you blow dry it, you're going to blow dry any curls out of it, and then therefore it'll be easier to part. So if you're going to do even ponytails, it may be easier to blow dry it first so that it's not so hard to comb through and it doesn't hurt the child's head when you are parting it and combing it. So it just makes it a lot easier for you and the child to blow dry it first. But if you can get it done before it dries, unless you're doing like a two-strand twist and you're going to twist it wet, you twist it while it's wet, and then, then you can let it air dry. I'm going to show you some quick, easy styles on her once I finish blow drying it that you can do for yourself at home. And then you want to use your comb or brush and then just let the blow dryer go through the hair. You can, instead of having a dreaded child's time to do hair, make it fun. Maybe get their favorite snack or something like that to distract them and make it like a fun time, not like, oh Lord, come on here, I gotta do your hair. Because when you start to feel anxious about it, then they feel anxious about it, and then it's not fun for anybody. Just so that they don't have that experience that that I had when I was growing up. Get over here, and I hated to get my hair done when I was younger. So that's why I try to make it fun for the kids. So there's different ways you can do the hair. If you don't cornrow, you can flat twist. This is just gonna add shine. Parting it slanted ways so that it has a little style to it and not just going straight back. And then just twist, two-strand twist the ends out. So I'll do the next one. Turn.
how it's at a slant. Depending on how rough your child is, you know, it might hold a week, which, you know, a week is still good.
Do you offer classes to parents that want to learn?
I do teach classes, hands-on training classes where I'll show you and then show you how to braid, and then we'll use a mannequin. I'll show you how to do it, and then I make sure you can do it so that when you get ready to go home, you know exactly the technique, what to do to continue to practice so that you can cornrow your child's hair. So this would be a flat twist if you don't know how to braid or do a two-strand flat twist. This is just a regular flat twist that you could do on your child's hair. And I'm just twisting her hair. Okay, so for the end, we're gonna do a knot, like a little bantu knot on the end. Rubber bands. I really don't like rubber bands. I use them on the ends of braid with beads, but plastic bands are a little bit better than the rubber bands. They tend to break. I think I have a rubber band. But you don't want to pull the hair tight and then put the rubber band on really, really tight, because it's not going to allow the hair to breathe. Does that feel okay? So that's the flat twist. I'm just giving you different ideas that you can do that will make it easier for you. So if they say, oh, it's tight, it hurts, then you know, okay, well, just take it out and redo it. Then that way, you know, at least you don't have to do the whole head at one time. You can kind of break it up. Just do the front, and then you can do the back later. Does that feel too tight?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take it out and redo it.
What's a great way to make sure that the style will last for your kid to put a scarf on it at night and don't get it wet?
Yes. To keep the style longer, you definitely don't want to get it wet. I know I have a lot of people ask me about, I have a lot of clients that swim. So if your child swims, you want to find a swim cap. And then you want to find a style that's going to last through the swimming. So cornrows, they will hold up through swimming, but it will frizz. So, I mean, you can still get about a week out of it, even if they're swimming. But one good way that you could do their hair where it will hold through swimming is single braids all over, just with their hair, with their own hair. You can single braid it. And then that way when they're wearing a swim cap, and if their hair does get wet, you can just rinse it and it's still okay. Cornrow or flat twist it, maybe like into a French roll or into a braid.
Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more information and for upcoming events at naturalhairquest.net, MJTV Network. Visit us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Make sure you get my book, Natural Hair Quest, at naturalhairquest.net. Visit our salon at 2049 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Natural Hair Quest the salon, Natural Hair Quest the book, and thank you for joining